Hey, what's happening, man? Welcome back to No Jumper News. It's your boy AD hosting today, man. Let's get right into these stories. First story, following DaBaby's second apology, 11 LGBTQ plus and HIV/AIDS organizations issued an open letter requesting a private meeting. As previously reported, the reaction to DaBaby's remark made at Rolling Loud Miami included an intense social media backlash from fans and statements from longtime LGBTQ plus community members and allies like Madonna, Elton John, Questlove, Demi Lovato, Jonathan Van Ness, and Dua Lipa. The open letter posted to the Instagram asked DaBaby to participate in a private meeting to discuss the facts about HIV, how it's a preventable and treatable condition, and how he might be able to serve as a long-term advocate for this cause and help end the stigma around HIV. We heard your inaccurate and harmful comments at Rolling Loud and have read your Instagram apology. The statement reads, however, at the time when HIV continues to disproportionately impact Black Americans and queer and transgender people of color, a dialogue is critical. We must address the miseducation about HIV expressed in your comments and the impact it has on various communities. Last week, in his Given What It's Supposed to Give music video, DaBaby included a title card that read, "Don't fight hate with hate. My apologies for being the same way you want the freedom to be, you." He following attempted with a lengthier apology on Instagram, calling his comments about HIV and AIDS misinformed, and said he wanted to educate himself on the issue. Miley Cyrus also offered to educate DaBaby on the LGBTQ plus community as he faces cancellation. DaBaby, check your DMs. Would love to talk and see how you can learn from each other and help be part of making a more just and understanding future. In her larger statement, Miley rallied against the online community for fueling a lot of hate and anger. She even discussed cancel culture taking root in the situation, like this that she believes are ultimately chance for education, conversation, communication, and connection. As a proud and loyal member of the LGBTQIA plus community, much of my life has been dedicated to encouraging love, acceptance, and open-mindedness. Internet can fuel a lot of hate and anger is the nucleus of cancel culture, but I believe it can also be a place filled with education, conversation, communication, and connection. She added, it's easier to cancel someone than to find forgiveness and compassion in ourselves and to take out the time to change hearts and minds. There's no more room for division if we want to keep seeing progress. Knowledge is power. I know I still have much to learn. Since it's Rolling Loud Miami performance, many festival events, business partners, and radio stations have cut ties with DaBaby. Here's a list. Lollapalooza, KS 107.5 Summer Jam, Parklife, iHeartRadio Music Festival, Music Midtown, Governor's Ball, Austin City Limits, Day in Vegas, Boohoo Man Brand Ambassador Deal, and Audacity Radio Platform. Next story. Dr. Dre's estranged daughter, LaTanya Young, has revealed she is homeless and living out of her car. Following the news of Dr. Dre getting ordered to pay his ex-wife Nicole Young $300,000 a month in spousal support. LaTanya Young, 38, works as a delivery driver for DoorDash and Uber Eats and is an assembler at a warehouse, but claims that she can't afford to secure an apartment in California and lives in a rental vehicle. She claims she hasn't seen her father in 18 years and doesn't even have his phone number, communicated with him through his team. She spoke with the Daily Mail, explaining she fears she's going to lose the rental car she's currently living in as she can't afford to make the payments from moving to California from Las Vegas with her children in search of better work. My kids are starving with friends. They're not living in that car. It's just me. I'm taking odd jobs just to make it now. I got paid $15 an hour as an assembler at the warehouse. I'm trying to keep my head above water. I've been in debt for a while. She acknowledged that Dre has given her money in the past, but says he stopped paying in January 2020. I'm homeless. I've been reaching out to my dad for help, she continued. His lawyer has said that my dad doesn't want to help me because I've spoken about him in the press. LaTanya is Dre's daughter with Lisa Johnson, from whom he split with. LaTanya was only 5 years old. She claimed when Dr. Dre was rushed to the hospital with a brain aneurysm in January, LaTanya found it difficult even to know if her father was in stable condition. People label me as a millionaire's daughter, so they don't understand why I'm working. It makes me want to crawl under a rock. He used to help with our rent and gave us allowance, but he told us he wouldn't do that anymore. And I'm on the streets. I asked him for help and he haven't gotten a response back from his lawyer. I'm hearing about Mistress that bought houses for it. It's a messy situation. She added that it hurt to hear her generous financial settlement of divorce judge ordered Dre to pay Nicole, his wife of 24 years, earlier this month. I just heard that he has to pay $300,000 a month for spousal support. It's embarrassing because people are looking at me wondering why. What Nicole has got what my mom should have got. So speaking on the Dre thing, I know it's a tricky situation when it comes down to your children. And once again, you're putting your dad in the press. You know what I'm saying? If you really love your father and you really want the best, I think that's privately, you should take care of that. You should privately talk to him and stuff too. And I want to know too, what happened that he wanted to stop giving you money in 2020? You know what I'm saying? Everybody talks about the actions that's happening, but we're not talking about the roots of the problems and stuff like that. And you know too, with him having a brain aneurysm, man, and you don't know what the stress is like and everything like that. He may have been under a lot of stress, and that's probably where the aneurysm came from and stuff like that. I know, Jesus Christ, paying $300,000 a month, my nigga, that ain't no fucking joke and shit like that. But hopefully, man, I hate to see parents and children getting into it with each other. Hopefully you two work this out and come to a common ground and stuff. YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe, and let that nigga Adam know he don't need to be here for me to hold this motherfucker down, man. See y'all next time in No Jumper News.